So my name is Finley Tonner. I am 20 years old and I play wheelchair basketball. I have done since the age of 8. Um, I've played for GB and I am in the selection pools for both England and Scotland for the Commonwealth Games next year because 3v3 wheelchair basketball has just been added to that. So I've got to pick which nation I want to represent. So I've always been a sporty kid. When I was younger, I was far more able on my legs. I guess I wasn't more able because I'm in my chair now and I'm grown up and I've learned stuff. But I was far more able on my legs, so I used to play football and stuff. The story is actually I used to have a Zimmer frame, it's called, and we were in the shopping the supermarket with my parents, and one of my former teammates approached them and asked if I'd want to take me down to training, and it's the classic old tale of went down for the first session, and after that I was hooked basically, and I've been playing ever since, and it's just yeah, it's my favorite thing to do really. No, I don't think so, to be honest. There's definitely, like any sporting career, there's definitely been moments where I've had physical and mental boundaries in terms of skills and fitness tests and losing games and stuff that you've got to get over. That's the same as any sport, but relating to playing the sport itself, I don't think so. I think I was lucky enough to start at a young age when I didn't have any, I don't know, insecurities. I guess I wasn't worried about that. I was just doing it to have fun, and I've just kept having fun since. So it depends what you're looking for. Definitely, I was a in terms of like that, yeah, 100%. I was two different people from my like main day-to-day social life, and then wheelchair basketball. Because wheelchair basketball, I was quite good at it because I was quite physically able, even though I was disabled compared to other people. I was quite physically able, so I was not the big dog, but you get the idea. I was a lot higher up in the hierarchy, I guess, than I was socially. Because when you're disabled as a kid, you're kind of at the bottom, really, and it can be a tough go at times. I'm not going to lie, but at the age of 17, my confidence really started to grow. I'd been in the GB setup since I was 14, but I'd just been to a few camps here and there. I'd never really done anything. At 17, I started to get really good, and I realised my confidence really started to blossom on court and just in basketball situations, and it kind of carried over to my yeah, it kind of carried over to my social life really, and I'm completely since then I'm a completely different person. Like, I was so insecure before then, and I put it down pretty much down to that really. It's hard because you get funding based on medals, but you need funding to get the medals. There's a horrible cycle of you just need to be lucky enough. And even like the GB men's team and the GB women's team is reigning world silver medalists and are going for the gold medal at Tokyo. And the GB men's team are reigning world and European champions and are going for the gold medal at Tokyo as well. And we're still a minority sport. Like you just don't see disabled sports played in school. I think that's the main thing. Is it depends what type of it's definitely something that's got to be built from the ground up. So you've got to get it in primary schools, whether or not you've got a disabled child in the class. Because I did wheelchair basketball in school for a short bit, but that's only because I was there and I was the only kid in school in a wheelchair. And I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it was only my class that did it. And then at one stage, my coach came into school and taught wheelchair basketball for a day. So everyone was doing PE that day, whether you were year 7, year 11, whatever it was doing basketball. But I think it's hard because at the elite level, only disabled people can play disabled sports. So like, there's no pathway. Like, so two of my best friends are brothers that I've played with since the age of 8. One of them's now playing professionally in Spain, and the other one is at uni with me, who's the same age. And the one who's playing professionally in Spain is disabled, and the younger brother isn't. So he's like he loves basketball and the sport, so he's trying to get into the coaching side of it. But there's no pathway for him to make a career out of playing. So he's kind of like not packed it in, but you know what I'm saying. So it's hard when there's no like you can only really play it as a hobby as a non-disabled person, but at the same time you need non-disabled people. Oh, no, sorry, yeah, you need able-bodied people to make it more inclusive, so it's more accepted. If you know what I mean. I think London 2012 did the world of good, and I mean that because before then you wouldn't have seen anything. You wouldn't disabled kids wouldn't have even done PE before London 2012. They'd have just been put in a classroom and gone, there's a free period or whatever it is, do what you want. But since then, it's definitely made a world of difference. It's hard because there's definitely underrepresentation, and that's an issue because like people haven't got a chance to fulfill their potential just because there's no opportunity. But it's just getting involved because as well, disability sports, they all have equipment. There's no disability sport like it's all aided everything from running to basketball and whatever. Like, and our basketball chairs, it's cheapest about two grand for a basketball chair, and a school's got to shed out that money for if you have 10 chairs, that's 20 grand just there, and it's hard to afford it. But at the same time, it kind of not it does to push the sports forward. It needs to be done type thing. Yeah, but there is definitely a lack of opportunity that and sport brings everyone together and can do people the world of good, and I'm a perfect example of that. I would say go for it, because in an able-bodied world, which can be to school or whatever, it can be quite tough at times. So go for it and find something that you love to do, because like there will be points that everyone goes through rough times, of course, but was times where basketball was what I was looking forward to all week, and that was what kept me going. Like, but you know what I'm saying, like it was the thing that I would look forward to. And on a Sunday, I used to train on a Sunday when I was a kid always, and on a Monday I'd be in a really good mood because I played the day before. So go for it and find something that you love, because it'll make a big difference to your life. Because if you find something you love, you'll keep doing it and you'll get better at it, and then you'll grow confidence in your sport, and you should transfer. Hopefully, that'll transfer to other aspects of your life. In the future, definitely, I'd like to, in terms of my sport, I'd like to see a professional league in the UK, because there isn't one, but there is one in pretty much every other European nation. I'd like to just see, I'd like it to be more available for everyone, I think, because especially disability sports, there's so many costs involved in just playing that it can be quite hard to do it, and it literally can change people's lives. I'm an example of that. Definitely changed my life, and I think, yeah, I don't really care. I'm not an issue with the top of the the top of the hierarchy in terms of sports. I think it needs to be growth in the grassroots so everyone can play sport and just have the opportunity that if they want to pursue it, they can.